What it is, everybody? How y'all doing today? Welcome to another episode of Les Nation YouTubes. Uh, y'all know what to do. Subscribe, y'all. If you don't, still subscribe. Subscribe not to my channel, y'all. Subscribe to my views, y'all. That's what y'all need to subscribe to, y'all. Sometimes you just have to just think for a minute. Even though I'm on a video, I'm thinking right now, trying to miss the words to come out of my mouth, y'all. Ooh, we are living in what you call a super sensitive society. Everybody gets their feelings hurt. Even professional people get their nobody. I remember, man. We used to say all kind of stuff in the 90s, in the 80s, y'all. I remember them eras, man. It was nothing to hurt nobody's feelings, man. But you know what? You may have got your feelings hurt, but it made you a tougher person. It made you good at swallowing pills. Everybody wants a reward. Everybody want to earn. I get it. Sometimes you gotta be lenient. I get it, y'all. But but all this just giving somebody an award just be given? No. I mean, I watched a lot of NBA games. I remember back in the days, players used to just battle it out. It was honor back. It was honor. It was warriors. Now everybody changing jersey. Everybody wants to be friends. I get it. Off season, when you retire, y'all can be friends. But in regular season, every team for himself, y'all. Hang out with your teammates if you want to hang out with somebody. But off season, yeah, y'all can be boys. But regular season, I can't stand you. You can't stand me. We could be friends on ESPN when we retire, y'all. I'm from Detroit, y'all. I'm from the what up though. If I know I'm not, I know I'm being from Detroit. I might get a lot of flack for this, but somebody got to say something. I'm trying, y'all. Yes, I am a conservative. I am conservative, and my mayor, she's a woman and a straight up liberal. A woman. Ugh. It ain't got nothing to do with a woman. I put it like this. No matter if you're a woman or a man, someone, they good, they're good. They're bad, they're bad. No matter if they're woman, man, white, Caucasian, you know, or so-called black, or so-called Chinese, Jews. A good candidate is a good candidate. I'm trying to give Mary Shelfield a chance, y'all. I'm trying to, man. Like I said, I didn't vote for it. I ain't vote for the other guy either, but if I had to choose, I probably would have to the other guy, but I ain't vote for neither one because the other guy, like I said, even though he's a preacher, but I don't believe that. Even I would like to see a Christian run in office, a straight up Christian, but not a pastor. Because how you gonna be a pastor? You got the pulpit. Yeah, the Bible says you don't want to serve two masters, y'all. So Ken Lott, you just. I mean, I guess if God calls you to preach, stay preach. But do I think that Christians should be in politics? Oh, absolutely. I think, yes, we should. I believe in a Christian president, a Christian vice president, a Christian Congress, a Christian Senate, a Christian mayor, governor, city councils, Christian police officers. And believe me, I can almost promise you, no, life won't be perfect. I agree. But I bet you, if we had a Christian president, a true, because like I said, I still question Trump being a Christian, y'all. Even though I voted for him 3 times, which I'm proud to say. But yes, I don't think he's a Christian, y'all. But if we had a Christian mayor, Christian governor, Christian city council, could you imagine how much better? It won't be perfect, but I can almost promise you it'll be better. Detroit would be a very well, believe me, if we had a governor, mayor, and council, like I said, I think Detroit, we like 600,000 people. If we get that kind of group running Detroit, Christian cops, Christian lawmakers, believe me, I think Detroit will have over 2 million people. We'll just like the 1950s, we'll have over 2 million people, at least over 1 million people. I take that. Detroit will have at least 1.5 billion people. If Detroit will go back to God, stop listening to all these liberals. But Mary Sheffield, I'm trying to give you a chance. I'll be quiet, Mary Sheffield. God knows I'm trying to be quiet. But you're making it hard on me. You're making it so hard on me. Because I know I'm not the most educated man. I know I'm not the most well-spoken man. I know I don't have what you call proper English. I know people say we ain't gonna get all to that. But besides that, common sense should tell you ain't no underage kids should be all over downtown acting a ooh. You know. Ain't none of that should be going on. These kids today, no. And then on top of that, she ain't want the police down there either. I ain't trying, I'm not gonna say the B word, but what these itches? She is becoming an itch. How are you not? This is me. I don't know. I don't listen. I'll be honest with y'all. If I was the mayor of Detroit, no, I don't know about balancing no books. I don't know about writing bills. But one thing I know, these kids ain't gonna be downtown acting. Oh, they will not be downtown acting up. These, hey, sometimes, call me what you want. Some of these kids need some police brutality. Because the problem with these kids today, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with them. It's not racism. It's not because they don't have opportunities. Believe me, these kids today got all the opportunities, all the advantages that I didn't have. But no, the problem is they don't fear their parents. Number 3. Number 2, they don't fear God. Fear the police, fear the law. And number 1, which I said number 2, but it's number 1, they don't fear the great I am. They don't fear the great Elohim, y'all. They don't fear him, y'all. That's why these kids doing what they gonna do. And here come Mary Sheffield. Come on. Well, we need to build basketball. No, they cut all that. Believe me. The thing is, it's bad parenting out here, y'all. Mom, when I was in my teens, I couldn't hang out past after 2 especially downtown Detroit. When I was in my teens, especially on school night, well, I take that back. I had to be in bed by at least 12 o'clock. And my curfew was, like I said, I'm talking about on a weekend, I had to be home by 10 o'clock. School night, I wasn't allowed to hang out. had to do my homework, but when I did my homework, I really do my homework. But it's not the point, Joe. She ain't. What's wrong with this woman? You the mayor. The thing is, how you gonna say we need less police? Don't you know this is Detroit? We need all the police we can get. We need all the police. But I know, yes, okay, yes. That woman. I said that woman. Call me a sexist. I just don't care, y'all. I'm tired of trying to explain myself, y'all. That's the problem. I'm not going to explain myself. Yes. As bad as man is running the country, as bad as Kwame, Coleman Young, Dugan, Dave Bean, all the mayors on Archer, women make worse leaders. Yes, I believe, yes, women, especially, hate to say it, majority of black women. But I said, well, I ain't gonna remember so-called black women. That's gonna say so-called black women. They are one thing about so-called black women, when they get powers, guess what? They start acting like some hyenas, y'all. Cause hyenas. You know why hyenas considered the most unpopular animals? Because they women running stuff. And right now, you got a lot of men in Detroit is scared to say something because they don't want to come across as chauvinists. See, in some, I guess I put it like this. All the guys who work, well, I better not say nothing because I never mind. But I'm just saying like this. When it comes to domineering Jezebelian so-called black women, these so-called black men, they love that kind of, I don't know, they turn to simps. Our males are simps today, You have a lot of simping. You got a lot of unnecessary simping. I mean, it's like it's cool to be a simp, y'all. Cause you think about it. You got some of y'all most popular male celebrities are simps. Of course, Stephen Curry, Michael B. Jordan, and of course the most and Will Smith. They just unnecessary simping. They unnecessarily being emasculate. I know y'all ain't agreeing with me, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna speak my mind, and the rest will follow. Remember that song by Invo, "Free Your Mind," and the rest will follow. But I actually got that from the Funkadelics. You know, Well, that's another story, y'all. Sometimes, yes, I do get off the track. I'm trying to get back on, y'all. I'm just having fun, y'all. Just having fun. But getting back to Mary Sheffield, like I said, some people say you just don't want to see a woman make it. No, I just want the right woman. Why should I settle for Jezebel when there's a Queen Esther or a Deborah? We as the so-called blacks, we don't want to vote for a godly woman. We want the most liberal, most ungodliest woman. Yes, I know people say, she says she's a Christian. I just had to pose for a moment when she said she's a Christian. Oh, boy. Like I said, you so-called blacks, y'all don't really read y'all Bible. If y'all really believe read y'all Bible, y'all be thinking like me for real, y'all. If y'all really studied your Bible, not saying I've studied my Bible, but I know enough what's wrong is wrong, what's right is right. If y'all studied it this as good as me, new from back to back, limb for limb, some of y'all be thinking what I'm saying. Some of y'all be thinking what I'm saying. Y'all so called on being black when you ain't black. Mary Shelfield ain't black, she light. She she almost yellow. She almost white than white, but y'all call her black. I ain't I'm darker than her. I'm not black. I'm brown, y'all. But we all part of the same race, y'all. We just different breed of skin, but we all part of the same race. So why we call ourselves a black again when I'm not black? That was just a made up name. That to me, call me black is actually racist, y'all. But I'm gonna do a video on that one day, y'all. I am going to do a video about that. But getting back to Mary Shift, I ain't even get off topic, y'all. I'm trying to give you a chance, Mary. I'm trying to give you a chance. But you ain't, I mean, you're not as bad as that guy from New York, the Madami guy. Ooh. But and please, and don't be like Brandon Johnson. Oh, Lord. Ah! Ooh. Now, he black. He blacker than black. I said, yeah. Some of y'all gonna say, you just a safe hating black man. First of all, I'm not a black man. So you call me self-hating. Self-hate about what? Because I ain't dark-skinned? So that because the white man said we're black, we gotta be black? I don't mean keep getting off topic, y'all. But like I said, this is very unfiltered of me. This is I am channeling my unfilteredness. It was funny to me. But she trying to be like Brandon Johnson from Chicago, y'all. Married. But and if you say something, you are male chauvinist. You hate the sisters. Where she's not like my sister. I don't know her, but I just know that she's the first female mayor in New York. I mean, Detroit. I don't mean New York, y'all. New York got them a whole new problem. It's just that we don't learn, y'all. Detroit, we been sisters. I promise you, y'all. Since now I will say now Dr. King was he since Dr. King, y'all. We done been bamboozled, y'all. For many years, people scared to say, but it have to be said. Some of y'all know it, but y'all don't want to say it. We done been bamboozled, y'all. We've been told we got to be loyal to a party. We was told we were black, when majority of us is either brown skin or light skin or red bone or got revitiligo. So Michael Jackson he was not black. But he is part of the same race. We are all, whether you're dark, brown, red, yellow, we are all part of the same race, but we're not black. Only the dark-skinned people are black. We just same race people. We all from that same. But but I do have a video on YouTube where I do talk about not me being black, that we are children of Ham. Check that video out, y'all. If y'all can get past all my filterness, y'all can learn a lot, y'all. Some things I'm telling y'all, they're not gonna tell y'all in the colleges, high school. They're not gonna tell you in the finest Ivy League school. I'm giving y'all life, y'all. I'm telling y'all how to live. If you listen to me, you can use that advancement in life, y'all. and achieve what you want, you will realize if you knew who you really are, you won't seek validation from the Caucasians. You wouldn't care if someone thought you was pro-black. If you black, cause think about it, y'all. Why you want to be black, y'all? Why you want to be named a color that the white man gave you? Just like Africa, y'all. The word Africa is a made up. That was the Arabs. That was the oppressor gave us Africa. Oppressors called us Afro Americans. That's who our oppressors did. But if you read the Bible, if you read and study the Bible, we are Ethiopians. We are the lineage of Ham, Ethiopians. That's who our lineage is. So instead of calling us Black American, Afro American, we are Ham Americans or Ethiopian American. Now, it says, you know what? I like either we're Ethiopians. I wanna make it ET Americans. We are the E Americans. We are the ET of dang. Cause when you think of ET, you think of that. So no, I think to be the best name for us. Instead of calling ourselves Ethiopians, we call ourselves Eden Americans. I like that. Eden America. I am a eating. I am an eating man. I am an eating woman. Instead of a black. Why would we name black for? I mean, that's an insult. But we say it, if we denounce it, we will sell out a coon. Well, guess what, y'all? I guess I'm just a coon because I'm not. Because I'm looking at myself right now in the video, y'all. I know people talking about Mary Shelfield. I get it, y'all. But I look at myself in the mirror. I'm looking at myself right now, y'all. I'm not saying I'm Mr. Idris Elba, but look at my face, y'all. I'm not black. I'm I am a brown, cinnamon, brownie complexion, y'all. That's who I am, y'all. You don't have to agree with me. I'm not looking for your validation, America. I put it like this. I am a prime example of God can use a simpleton like me to tell you to give you great wisdom, great depth. I don't have to be an educated man to But besides that, y'all, this is a very unfiltered channel, y'all. It's about to wake up, y'all. So until next time, America, peace.